Good afternoon, everybody. This is MMA commentary with St.Pierre Thunderheart, and today's topic will be Anderson Silva versus Georges St.Pierre. Yes, the fantasy dream fight that everybody's been talking about. The whole MMA world's been talking about. Hell, even the whole world's been talking about it. At the same time, there has to be a lot of different things that need to happen, though, and not happen before this matchup can ever go about the place, if and when it does happen overall. So here we go. Now, Anderson Silva just recently beat Vitor Belford for the Middleweight Championship, so he's still a Middleweight champion. And Georges St.Pierre, not too long ago, defeated Koscheck to remain a welterweight title holder for the UFC. Both of them are both in the UFCs, of course, are both in the UFC for a long period of time. And they're both awesome. They're both excellent fighters. At the same time, there were a lot of different types of commentating and commentaries out there that have been different from each other and different from my own, which is fine. And at the same time, one of them, or a few of them, have been saying that Georges St.Pierre, next time he actually defends his title against none other than Jake Shields, that he should do himself a favor and lose to Jake Shields so that he doesn't have to face Anderson Silva, because if you face him, they say if he faces Anderson Silva, then Anderson Silva will crush him. I was like, wait a minute, what? Lay down for Jake Shields? Wait a minute. First of all, Georges St.Pierre it has to be one of the nicest guys in MMA today, but he is not that nice for him to lay down for someone like Jake Shields, especially with the performance that Jake Shields put on UFC 121. Oh, good Lord, come on. Are you kidding me? The type of performance, if he comes with that same performance against Georges St.Pierre when he's defending the title against him, this could be a short work for Georges St.Pierre, I will say this. But to suggest that Georges St.Pierre lays down for Jake Shields just because you guys don't want to see that matchup, it's just plain stupid, and it's retarded, and quite frankly, it's not going to happen. It's unrealistic. So let's get real about this. Georges St.Pierre is not going to lay down for Jake Shields. He's going to kick Jake Shields' ass. Next thing you know it, and then on top of that, didn't Anderson Silva supposedly have to fight either Chael Sonnen? Well, what about the other opponents that are supposed to be in the line, are supposed to be in line to tie the title? The rumors have been saying that Chael Sonnen should be one of the next people to get an immediate title shot when he comes back. I hope that's not the case. If that's really the case, then I think that's a really shitty way of doing business and a shitty way of trying to sell fast tickets and fast money that way. Let me put it like this. Chael Sonnen does not deserve this shot at the title. I think that's a big mistake. No. That's a big mistake to put Chael Sonnen in as a shot at the title. Why? Let's face it. He already had a shot, and he got beat. He almost beat Anderson Silva, yes. But Anderson Silva, first of all, was injured. Second, with his ribs. Second of all, Chael Sonnen was juiced up on anabolic steroids. And he was caught with it, and he admitted it. So, yeah, sure, suspension for a year and everything is a good thing for him. But it's not enough, especially if you're going to give him a shot at a title immediately if he comes back. That's not a good way of setting a great example for the sport, for the young people that's coming up in the sport, and actually young people in general. You are setting a real bad and shitty example to the rest of the world, thinking that, oh, you can do steroids, you can be suspended, then you can come out all of a sudden you get a shot at a title. No, it should not be this way. So as far as I'm concerned, and anybody in their right mind is concerned, Chael Sonnen does not deserve at all the title. He does not deserve it. He doesn't deserve. He needs what he needs to do. Yeah, I believe in second chances. Don't get me wrong, I really do. And I truly feel that the second chances should have been the fact that he's going back and competed to begin with. Okay, they don't even have to bring him back. They could have just fired him, get rid of him, and he can go to another organization, or other organizations don't even want Chael Sonnen. But my point is, Chael Sonnen, if he wants to come back, that he needs to be put all the way down to the bottom of the barrel, like everyone else who has screwed up, like Stephan Bonner and various other people in the past, and have them work their way back up again if they really want this, okay? If Chael Sonnen is so bold enough to run his mouth, bold enough to take steroids and do all kinds of stuff, then he should be bold enough to go start all over again when he comes back and work his way up, if he truly wants it. So I truly feel that Chael Sonnen does not deserve it. Now, I know I'm getting off on topic here, But my point is, guys, is that Georges St.Pierre will not lay down for Jake Shields or anybody else. He will beat Jake Shields' ass. He will beat anybody that comes in his way. And even though he says, and even though a lot of people say, oh, he's the best 170-pounder in the world, and that's true, he is. And then people are saying, well, he should not fight Anderson Silva because Anderson Silva will destroy him and this and this. Wait a minute. First of all, stop trying to stop this fight and let's make it happen. Let's make this fight happen. Let's let it see. Let's see who's really truly is the best in the world. Anderson Silva versus Georges St.Pierre. They're both awesome guys. They're both cool. They both don't talk a lot of shit. I mean, even though Anderson Silva can show off a little bit sometimes. But the bottom line is, Anderson Silva backs it up, Georges St.Pierre backs it up. Let the best in the world meet, and let's see what happens. Let's make it happen, folks. And another thing, too, that I like to see. Now, I know there's lots of rules and constrictions. A lot of people are trying to talk about, who needs to lose weight, who needs to gain weight in order for this match to happen. Because, middleweight is a little bit higher than, of course, welterweight. Welterweight's a little smaller. And so people want to see who is going to lose weight or who's going to gain weight in order for people say to be fair, be a sportsman-like thing. Well, let me back up and tell you this though, in like this. Now I know this may not sound popular, but look, remember back in the olden days when the first UFCs first came out, there was no such thing as weight classes. There were just people, all different shapes and sizes, just went in there and just fought and see who was the best. And even though Royce Gracie knew more of jiu-jitsu than these other guys did, and he submitted them all, Gracie was smaller than all of these guys, and he beat them. Straight out. Just beat them, drop them like flies. Okay? And I mean, and even like a few years ago, even after the weight classes, Royce Gracie fought against Akebono. Akebono was over almost 500 pounds or something like that. And Royce Gracie is a welterweight, and yet the welterweight beat up a super heavyweight like Akebono via submission with an armbar. So come on, I mean, look, what am I saying here? It's plain English, guys. Let these two stay at their normal weights, okay? Let Anderson Silva stay at his middleweight. Let Georges St.Pierre stay at his welterweight. Let them stay in their comfortable weight, guys. Let's UFC. Athletic commissions, forget about all these rules and everything like that. Let's see who's the real best. Let's see who really has the skill. Let's see who has the stamina. Let's see who really is the best in the world, best fighter in the world. Let them stay at their weight classes. Who the hell cares? Let them stay at their comfortable weight. Let's see who's really good. Let them be at their best. And to be at their best sometimes is to be at the best weight that they have, the best way that the fighter can function well with. So let's make that happen. Let's not have them sacrifice their body or their weight or anything like that, because Georges St.Pierre once upon a time said it the very best. It's not comfortable to be switching back and forth or fluctuating your body weight like that. It's not comfortable, it's not functional, it's not normal, it's not feasible. So let them fight at their normal weight, their weights as they are. Forget about all these weight classes. Let's throw that out the window. And another thing that I have to throw out the window too will be the time and the judging in the rounds. Well, actually the rounds is the last one to throw out, but let's just talk about the judging for a second. Now, the last many UFC's events, mixed martial art events, and throughout the whole year, let's just say the judging has been, many of them have been pretty good and decent and so forth, but at the same time there are other times that the judging was just plain stupid and it just made no sense. The judging was bad, the decisions were bad, and so what I'm saying is there has been so much incompetence among the judging ranks that I don't feel that we should have any judging or any judges for this fight. I think we need to eliminate the judging in general. We need to just eliminate the judges. Let's make it like it once was, like it was in the UFC early events. Let's make it, if there's a time limit, at least make it for 30 minutes. But overall, in general, I really like the Gracie's way how they did things back in the day, where there were no time limits, there were no judges, and everything went until there was a winner, okay? And this is one of those fights that is just too special to be having such incompetence in judging like that. I mean, it's one thing for a referee to make judgments or mistakes or whatever. It's another thing for, I feel, that the judges make a mistake or they can be biased and this. We don't need all that. What we really truly need are fighters like Anderson Silva and Georges St.Pierre, the best in the world in their own ways, to really go at it, to fight, and the only two people that are in charge are the fighters and the referee in this fight. No one else needs to be, judging. No one else. Just get rid of the judging. Just get rid of it. I know it doesn't sound very popular, but it is a real world way of handling it. I mean, if you really want the best, you have to let it all go out. You gotta let it all hang out there. That's all there is to it. It has to hang out that way. There's no other real feasible way. And because I just don't see anything good about having judges in this kind of fight, and that's for sure. And so the referee needs to be the only one that makes the decisions, and then the fighters need to be the one that dictates the pace of the action. And that's the thing. So, but like I said, in the future, as far as Georges St.Pierre and Anderson Silva, that needs to happen, and I like to see that happen at some point in the future, mind you. And like I said before, when it does happen, it's going to be one of the most exciting fights probably one of the most won in MMA history, along with the other great fights that's already happened. And who knows? And this is another thing I had in mind too. I'm telling you, I'm thinking way ahead of the game here. But the point is, what happens if either one of those two won against each other, whether it's Georges St.Pierre or Anderson Silva? We could possibly see another matchup between either one of those two versus Fedor Emelianenko. Now, can you imagine that for a second? Can you imagine the possibility of Anderson Silva versus Fedor Emelianenko, or Georges St.Pierre versus Fedor Emelianenko? Then we really would find out who's the ultimate MMA fighter truly is. I mean, this is something that should be excited about, guys. I mean, it's not something to be feared. It's not something to want to go away. I really like to see that happen. Not too long ago, I remember Dana White was all saying that Anderson Silva does not deserve, to fight Georges St.Pierre just because he was dancing around. Well, I truly feel too, not to get off this topic, but Chael Sonnen should also be punished more so for doing the steroids. So just thought I'd bring that up as well. But going back to the subject at hand, like I said, just imagine these two warriors going at it, and then whoever wins this one goes against Fedor Emelianenko. Can you imagine that? Just imagine that for a second, guys. I mean, I would like to see that as well. But like I said, let's see what happens. Let's see if, and one of the other things too that I feel that it needs to happen too, because MMA needs to separate itself from boxing. Okay? I'm not trying to, like I said, I know I'm talking shit about boxing right now, but my point is, look at what's going on in boxing right now. Okay, you can't even create a great matchup between Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao. Why? Because Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his camp are doing all they're doing is creating all these different excuses not to fight Pacquiao. And yes, Mayweather is dodging him, and I'm saying that right now. He is dodging Pacquiao. But at the same time, the organization, the boxing is not helping either. And that's another thing too that I have to feel. I mean, that's why another reason why MMA needs to separate itself from boxing, to actually make these matchups like that happen so people can actually really be happy and be satisfied. And at the same time, like I said before, Chael Sonnen, if you try to make a quick buck out of Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva that I don't feel he deserves, then all you're doing for the long run is just damaging the sport's honor and honor of the fighters. It's just better to sometimes just let other fighters come up that have actually earned their shots, and have them create the revenue and the excitement and the money that they need to bring. Their skills and their personalities are good enough to do so. MMA can live without Chael Sonnen, but MMA cannot live without all these different fighters that come to play. So I just thought I'd tell you everybody else this. But like I said, what do you guys think about this? You're more than welcome to post comments about this possibilities. What do you guys think? Share your comments, and make sure, of course, our comments are really cool and make sense. Okay, even if you don't like me or whatever, you don't have to agree with me. At least come in a respectful manner. That's all I'm asking for. Anyways, this is MMA commentary with St.Pierre Thunderheart. And the topic, once again, is Anderson Silva versus GSP. Let's hope that one day it happens in our lifetime. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Healing, it is all that is.